And I realized, okay, you don't hit girls no matter what. And girls seem to understand that no matter what happened, they would not be hit. And so they would do anything, they would start. And if they started something and it was too much for them, they would cry. And immediately she cried. They were not interested in your explanation. You made her cry. You get her hiding. Okay, so we understood that this is what happens. But I realized that the intentions of the teachers may have been to deal with domestic violence, to try and stop us from thinking that we should hit girls. I understand the sentiment. But the reality of the matter is, as boys, there was a growing resentment towards girls. To an extent that if you ever saw a boy hitting a girl, you would not try and stop it. You would remember all the injustices you felt, and instead of stopping it, you would say, better. Now, you did not know what the details are of this situation. You just felt finally someone is beating a girl up. And then you'd not intervene. You just let it flow and you feel, Sometimes you would watch and like, yeah, fine. And all of that because you had your own issues you were dealing with. It raised a generation of boys who were indifferent to women crying. The moment girls started crying, you'd ask what happened. Whoa, what happened? Why? Because we knew that teachers did not listen to our explanations. So at least if a guy came and he had an explanation, you'd listen. And if a guy explained and a girl explained, you are more inclined to believe the guy because you know all the lies girls told about you. More inclined to believe him. All because there was a rule that was intended to protect, but its unintended consequences were that there was a generation of angry boys who were indifferent to violence against girls, who were looking for an opportunity to celebrate someone beating up a girl. That was not the intention of the teachers. That was an unintended consequence of a rule. Boys don't hit girls. I think in a primary school, it would have been better to have a rule that says no hitting. A rule that said no hitting would have made hitting anybody wrong. And everybody would have been punished equally for hitting anybody else. But the rule was boys don't hit girls. And human nature is such that whenever we have some form of advantage, we abuse it.